Would you have to get a new snake? Was that your responsibility?
We had a guy in Stamford, Connecticut. He was Charles Manson revisited. This guy was a freak, brother.
Stamford, Connecticut's a weird place.
Okay, he had a farm in town, Connecticut.
What?
And they did not know
Stanford?
that he had over 1,000 snakes in that farm, on that building. And about 150 of them were poisonous.
Oh, Jesus.
Because he was collecting venom for different pharmaceutical companies. But I remember one time having to get a snake from him, and he flew it to Omaha. And, he'd been working with me for a couple of years. And I said, Albert, man, I'm going to take care of you tonight, brother. He goes, well, what is it, Jake? I'm like, I'm going to take you to the strip joint. He's like, well, it's not necessary. I'm like, I know it's not necessary, man. But, hey, brother, let me take you out. So we get there, man. And he's just kind of like sitting there with his head down towards the table looking at his beer. He hadn't drank much of it. I'm like, I gotta get this motherfucker going, So I said, dude, you pick her out. If she'll take a price, I'll pay for it. In other words, I'm going to buy him some pussy. He goes, no, Jake, I'm just going to dig my snakes, man.
Whoa.
Excuse me? I just want to go back to the room and play with my snakes, man. That's just kind of what I like to do. Okay. I'm going to change rooms. To a different floor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was a real freakazoid, man.
Just into snakes. Is he still alive?
Yeah, he is. He was in Florida when that bad hurricane hit down there, and he was working at a gator farm and poisonous snake venom collection point. And they had like 800 snakes down there, right? So the hurricane hits and just fucking levels the place. Well, I'm calling for days trying to get a hold of him, see if he's all right. And I finally get a hold of him. I'm like, dude, why are you so fucking happy? He goes, I'm having the best time of my life, man. This is fucking like God's made this especially for me. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, I get to find all those snakes. I'm like, you get to find them. Let me think. You're going to dig through all that shit. And lift up stuff and stick your hand down in holes and shit to find these poisonous snakes. Yeah, man, it's cool, isn't it? It's cool, isn't it? I'm like, fuck you, Albert. You're fucked up, man.
What is it with Florida and snakes?
He's from Connecticut, man. Whatever.
I know, but he went to Florida.
Yeah,
it's like it draws him there like a magnet.
He was in Connecticut, man, and they asked him to go do a thing for the boys club. Introduce them to snakes and blah, 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 and it'd be great, for the 8 to 12-year-olds. So he gets in there and he's talking to them about this Mexican rattler. Now, first thing you know about snakes is this. They can be poisonous. And a poisonous snake's children, what happens there? They're not healthy. They will hurt you. They can kill you. Yes, that's right. So that's why you should always keep your... Oh my God. Hold on. Okay, look, he's accidentally bit me. I've been bitten now, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Somebody call 911. I'm just going to explain to you what I'm feeling right now, so if you ever get bitten, you'll know what you're going to expect to feel after you've been bitten.
Was he fucking with these kids?
No, he's fucking biting. He's been bitten, man. Bit. Yeah, he's fucked. And he knows that he's fucked. Because here's the thing about Mexican rattlesnakes. Not many of those in Connecticut. So you don't have any anti-venom, do you?
Oh, Jesus.
No, they got to fly it in from fucking, Atlanta or wherever. So by the time they get that shit up there, man, he's fucked up. And they wound up having to cut all the meat off one of his bones on his finger, so he's got like this gnarly...
So he had necropsy, right?
Yeah.
I've seen a video or a website, rather, detailing this kid who got bit in the arm, and then they had to get him somewhere to safety, but it took hours. They had to medvac him in a helicopter. His whole arm rotted away down to the bone. So they had to take meat from his legs.
Skin it off.
And put, they had to do skin grafts all over. I think he went through like 16 operations.
Jesus.
It was awful. They had to stitch them all together, like pull the meat of his arm together and stitch it all together. I mean, it was a giant 10 to 12-inch patch of his arm was gone.
Yeah, it fucks you up. Plus, the really cool-looking thing that it does is it causes all the small capillaries in your eyes to burst.
Oh, Jesus.
So your eyes are like blood red. Wow. Except they're bumpy.
Ugh.
Like he would close his eyes and I'd run my finger over his eyelid and he'd just feel all these little bumps and crevices. And God damn, that's weird shit.
How long
man.
did it take for him to recover?
He's in the hospital for a couple of weeks, man. He was he had to put him in a coma for like 6 days.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But he thought, yeah, that's so cool, man. That's cool.
Does he have a tolerance to regular venom? Because I know a lot of those guys.
He's building a tolerance to different ones.
Yeah, they make themselves get bit.
Yeah, the Cobra, I think he's pretty much clean on that.
This guy sounds like he's going to end up being a super villain of some kind.
He could be, man, because I swear to God, he is Charles Manson.
Wow.
He looks like Charles Manson. He looks weird. And when he smiles, it's like, dude, that is not healthy. He just, oh, fuck, man.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a trip.
Well,
man.
imagine what this guy would be like without snakes. Thank God snakes exist.
Well, they Steamboat, come up with the Komodo dragon thing, to combat the snake back in the day. I don't know if you remember. So, of course, that's who Albert was, the guy with the Komodo dragons. So he had some pot that he was growing up in the mountains, and he took one of the dragons with him to get it out in the sunlight. So they put it in this fucking station wagon, and they go up in the mountains, and they had to walk to their place where they get the stuff growing, so they close the car door up and leave the window down about that much and take off. Come back, window's busted.
Oh, Jesus.
There's these horrible teeth marks on all of it, where this fucking Komodo dragon's been chewing his way out of this shit. He was in a wooden cage. He chewed his way out of the wooden cage, but he got out, man, and took off. And I guess it was about 2 months later, man, I was like in Indianapolis and waking up and listening to the news, and ESPN's on. They're like, what was thought to be a prehistoric monster was found running across the backyard of Miss Kibbett's house, chasing her poor little poodle. When we get back, see our monster.
Wow.
So they come back, and I'm sitting there going, what the fuck? Thought to be prehistoric? I got to see this shit. And the fucking thing comes back up. I'm like, that's fucking Albert's fucking thing, man. It's the thing that had escaped 2 months later.
Yeah.
It had gained like 35 pounds.
Oh, Jesus. Probably ate everybody's dogs.
He's eating everybody's dogs and cats in the neighborhood, man. Probably a couple of kids, too. Who knows?
That is such a ruthless animal. Those things are so ruthless that the little baby Komodo dragons smear shit on themselves so that the grown-ups don't eat them, so that their parents don't eat them. They roll around in shit so that their parents don't eat them. Because when Komodo dragons are eating intestines, they shake the shit out of intestines. Yeah. They don't like to eat shit. As weird as that is.
Good See, Lord. That's just bad attitude. And I thought I had a problem with cocaine.
Can you imagine that? They eat their fucking kids, so the kids know this, so they somehow or another know to smear themselves in shit.
I'd learn pretty quick.
Yeah, you see your sister get chewed up.
Yeah, right.
You see them avoid shit but eat your sister. You're like, that shit is salvation.
Wow. Give me some good shit.
It had gained 30 pounds. That's fucking crazy. Yeah. Let it loose in Florida. They won't even notice.
Fuck no. The rest of everything else they got down there.
Yeah, that Florida Everglades is so crazy.
Covered with pythons, man.
So bad that they're eating alligators. They did this study. They found that they couldn't find any raccoons. They couldn't find any swamp rabbits or marsh hares, I guess they call them.
So the pythons.
Everything got killed by pythons. So then the pythons moved on to alligators.
Yeah.
Alligators.
They don't fuck around, man. I've got a picture of an anaconda swallowing an 800-pound horse.
What?
It's got the head and the front legs already chewed up inside his mouth.
Where's this picture?
I
need it.
I'll get to you.
I need that picture.
It's fucking gross as shit, man.
See if you can find that.
Fucking,
Jamie will find it.
The horse's body is like this big with his back. He probably can't pull it up.
Jamie, he's coming at you hard.
And
I bet in all your years you never thought Jake the Snake would be roasting you live on the internet.
Believe that.
And nailing
perceived back injury.
And nailing a pull it up reference.
Yeah, he got you, bro.
I'm not just a short face and a pretty dick. No. Pretty dick and a short face. Short dick and a pretty face, that's it.